All right, we're joined by Alamo Cross Country today, boys and girls, and their head coach, Justin Gigler. Coach, how we doing?
Great today.
District 3 5A champs. Yeah. Again, back-to-back for both teams, and, both teams, I think, won pretty comfortably. The boys was definitely a little bit close there at times, but it was a good race, it felt like.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think, the girls kind of knew going in that it was our race to win, and so they kind of could relax and run their own race and, just kind of do what they needed to do. And the boys they knew they had to step up. Sanity at time has been the stronger team, especially last week in Ruidoso. They kind of handed it to us. So we knew that we needed a great, solid effort, and people were needed to run up to their potential, and that's what happened. And, yeah, we had a good, solid finish, beat them by 7 points, and, I don't even think it was that close. I think it looked really strong.
Yeah. You got your top two finishers on both the girls and boys side, if you wanted to introduce who you got with you.
Yes,
here.
I have Kyla Fugate, Gabi Sandoval, Eric Amaya, and Josiah Roese.
All right. How's everybody doing today? Good?
Good.
Doing
all right.
So far.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the senior of the group, since we got the youngsters over here to the right of Kyla. So, Kyla, it's you finish second on the team, third overall at the district meet. And first of all, how do you feel like you ran at the district meet?
I feel like our course is definitely challenging, and I thought I would do a lot better just because it's the end of the season. I was kind of disappointed that I didn't do better, but overall I think we raced pretty well together, and our pack time was pretty close. Actually, looking at it, I thought it was not that good, but it really was good. So going into state, I'm actually really excited now after that race. So. All
right, Gabi, you led the team at district. Obviously first for you, but only your second year on the team now. How do you feel like you're running right now? Seems like you really got yourself in a groove at the moment at this point in the season.
Yeah, I think between me, Kyla, and Cheyenne, it's kind of all been close. You're never sure who's going to finish first or the quickest. But I don't know. I guess just this district meet, I finished the first this time. But I don't know. We're all pretty close, so.
Yeah, it's been back and forth, it seems like, between you and Kyla
it has.
Season. So, over here with the guys, Eric, Michael's kind of been leading the way for the boys this year, but at the district meet, you led the way and really had a good race. How do you feel like you ran at the district meet? One of your best races of the season?
Yeah, I feel like I ran pretty well. There was a lot of support out there. Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah, and you feel like you're getting to the times that you want, or you feel like you're peaking at this point in the season?
Yeah, I think it's been the best that I've been this whole season, so it's great.
Okay. Josiah, how about you? I mean, you feel like you're getting right where you want to be heading into the state meet?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like I am. I'm not sure if... Yeah.
You're getting there.
I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to... I didn't think I'd actually be as good as I did in this meet that we had. I felt like I would have... at least gotten behind Michael. It was actually really surprising that we actually passed him because he's usually not like that. But, yeah, I feel like it was a good race. I feel like I'm actually doing a lot better than I had been over the season.
Okay, very good. And, time-wise, I mean, if you had sat at the beginning of the year and seen where you run at this point in the year, would you be happy with where you're sitting at? Like whether the kind of times you're putting in the different events? Yeah,
I feel like I'd be pretty happy so far.
Okay. Coach, I mean, overall, are you pretty happy with where you have an idea of where you want the guys and the girls to be at and your top runners to be at overall? Are you happy with where the times are?
Yeah, I think there's still a little bit of room for improvement. I don't think that was our best race of the season, and going into state, I think we're going to see sometimes drops still, even on a very difficult state course, with the times we've been running and the effort we've putting in. The guys are kind of a bottom 5 team last year at state. They're very capable of being a top 5 team this year at state. It's the times from about 4th place to about 9th place are fairly comparable, so it's going to be just kind of that step up kind of effort that we had last week on the boys' side of district. And for the girls, same thing as for them, that they're anywhere between 2nd and 5th. Los Alamos and Kirtland are running tough, and Academy is Academy, and so we'll focus our sights on definitely crashing some girls in the top 10 there, and hopefully 4 and 5 can step up and have a strong meet to help us pull us really close to Academy. So,
all right. Josiah, is this your first time running the state meet, or did you get to run last year?
I got to run last year. Yeah.
Okay. What do you feel like you learned from running in Rio Rancho last year that'll help you out this year? Just running the course, or what do you feel like that'll help you going into this year's state meet?
Last year's?
Well, yeah. What would you learn from last year running up there that'll maybe help you out going into Saturday's meet?
Mainly just to watch out. I don't know, mainly just for the hills, because remember last year, that's what kind of killed me last year was definitely the hill not going up right. I've been doing a lot better working on just the overall skill of running.
Okay.
So yeah, just trying to work on going up the hills better was what I would have learned from last year. So I'm hoping I'll do better in this next race.
All right. Eric, did you get to run last year as well?
Yes.
Okay. What do you feel like you took away from last year's meet that'll maybe make you a little bit better prepared heading up to state this year?
Don't eat a whole bucket of candy.
He did too.
Did you?
Yeah, last year was a pretty bad race. Like, I went into it eating a whole bunch of candy, and like, I didn't know that I would do that in the race. But I've been working pretty hard this year. I've had a lot of experience last year, and hopefully this year I can do better.
So just overall prepare, not just knowing the course, make sure you're eating right and doing all those things.
Yeah, just have a better mindset coming in, yeah.
Okay, very good. Gabi, you got to run state last year as well. What did you take away from the course, and what do you think will help you out going into this season?
I feel like you already have a feeling overall, like you know what you're going to get into, like how you feel, like your adrenaline, and just how the course is. So you're more experienced this time around, I would say.
Yeah. Kyla, I mean, this is what, your third, fourth, fifth time running the Rio Rancho course. Do they switch it up very much, or is it pretty much the same thing?
It is the same exact course.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think anything's different. The start is the same. The little rat chase in the middle is the same. Hills are the same. So, I mean, running it so many years, it kind of feels unreal. Like, I really don't feel like I've ran it this many times, but I think definitely going in again is just, you know where to go. You know where to accelerate and where to, reserve yourself. So.
Knowing it's the last time you get to run that course is a little bit of extra motivation.
Yeah, and it's really nerve-wracking because if I don't do good, it's going to make me feel really horrible. But if I do really good, then it's like it kind of just topped off the season. So
no, we don't want that at all. We don't want you to feel horrible. But we know it's going to be challenging. We know that all the teams up there obviously are going to be very good because you get to this point in the year, Coach, and everybody's good. I mean, you go to some of the meets, and sometimes you don't have exceptionally good competition. Even though I think you guys pick some good competitions to go to. This is as tough as it gets, right?
Oh, definitely. I know. Building a schedule, I kind of get a lot of freedom in what we get to do, and probably a lot more than a lot of coaches do. And so it's just picking those meets at certain times. Trying to interlace the meets that aren't so difficult that'll give our kids a lot of confidence and a lot of challenge. Like difficult courses is also with the big things like going up to St. Pius and even Ruidoso was a huge meet the weekend before last. Just 26 schools. It's pretty big, and just when we do have meets, we've had that expectation that we want to be the best 5A school there, and the girls have kind of raised up, and now it's to the point like we want to be the best team there, and so 5A, yeah, I mean there's some powerhouses up there for sure, and just looking at the district champions, it was really interesting that the district champions for boys, all 5 schools, were also the same district champions for girls, and so it's kind of there's this balance there that these programs that are really, really good are really, really good all around, and so going up there, the expectations are to really run well, and I think we'll be prepared and our minds will be in the right places, and looking forward to having some fun up there.
Well, let's talk about the rest of your team, because obviously you're going to take 7 girls up there, and I know you haven't 7 girls and 7 guys up there. Correct. I know you haven't made the final decision on those, but talk about how overall you feel like the team, and we'll start with the girl side and how they've run and who have been your top ladies this year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like they alluded to the girls earlier, that it's pretty much been Gabi and Kyla and Cheyenne, kind of in the top 3, and about a minute later has been Mariah Martin and Hannah Caceres, and we're really fortunate that Hannah's come along faster than we expected. It's kind of filled a void that we knew that we were going to have this year, and so we had that going on. And then just really proud of our seniors, Madison Varnier and Ansley Battle, having just really strong performances. They've really been improving and overcoming a lot of us personal issues and injuries this season and setbacks. So. We know that those will be our 7, and it's been the same thing all year. Just the 3 ladies out front. For us to be successful, it's just closing that gap between our 3 and our 4, and that's where we really gotta stress with Mariah and Hannah just the magnitude of the meet and how important that is, because that's gonna make the ultimate difference for us. These 3 ladies will be somewhere in the top 15, and it's just those other 2s. If we can get them pushed up in the top 25, then we have a chance of winning.
Yeah.
So.
And on the boys' side, of course, I mean, it's a very youthful team across. I mean,
Extremely.
you're running 8th graders, 9th graders, but they've really performed well this season.
They have. I think just working with them last year's 8th graders, the expectation was just trying to get them used to the idea of running cross country and running 3 miles and the training and everything else that goes along with being a successful runner. And they've really put the work in last year. So this year we were able to ramp up the expectations, knowing that they were going to be successful in everything that they do, and as far as Josiah and Eric and Michael Gagnon have been very strong this year. I know Eric started out a little slow. He came to us a little out of shape, but that's okay. We knew he was, and I kept telling him every week. He kept coming to me like, am I going to get better? Am I going to get faster? I'm like, yes. Just, buy into the system, buy into the practices, and here he is finishing second at our district meet, our first guy across the line. And Josiah multiple times has been our number one runner. And I know Michael struggled a bit with Ruidoso, and I think he just coming off of that. I think it was more of a confidence thing than anything coming into district, so he'll be up there. And they're kind of in a similar situation because we have Paxton Rodwig, Alex Cavolo, and 8th grader Celso Garcia, who've kind of rotated our 4, 5, 6 spot. But again, our pack time has been our saving grace. The gap hasn't been there. We may not have those guys out there running the 1630s or something, but we've got 3 guys in the 1730s, and then we got another set of guys in the high 17s. So a lot of times we'll have a pack time under a minute, and that has made us really, really strong and successful this year.
Kyla, what do you think has made this group of girls, so strong? Last year, obviously, you guys finished 3rd at state. What is it that has worked so well among you group of ladies? Obviously, you're great runners, but is there something else you feel like that has made you guys work so well over the last few seasons?
We're like really good friends. I think I can say Cheyenne, Ansley, and even Gabi. She's younger than me, like by a lot, but I could say we're pretty good, like best friends. I see Ansley every day at school. Cheyenne's been like, I've been with her since she was little. So, just being this so close group of friends, it's like it makes us better runners. Because then when we have practice together, we bond. And then at meets, when we have meets together, we want to stay together and we want to stay at the meets and go to dinner together. And it just makes us an overall closer group.
Gabi, I mean, you've kind of been incorporated in the group of some of the older girls in the team, and has that helped that they've welcomed you in so much and have tried to help you along? I mean, clearly, again, you're a great runner, but there is that team aspect across country, right?
Yeah, I think it has. Like, them taking me in last year probably made me the better runner that I am now, so it has helped a lot.
Okay, good. Eric, I mean, the team aspect of this group, I mean, there's a lot of you young guys out there that are freshmen and are really coming along strong here late in the season. Do you feel like you guys are a tight-knit group and have been this season?
Yeah, we have been. We've been knowing each other since, the 7th, 6th grade, so we pretty much know how we think, pretty much know what we do and what we expect from each other, so that helps us throughout the season.
Yeah. Josiah, has it helped with some of the upperclassmen like Paxton and Alex? Have they helped you guys along as well? Have you felt like, as you guys have got started at the high school level in cross country?
Oh, yeah, they've helped us out a lot. They've helped me push a lot. I've definitely learned a lot off of them, just by watching them and then being there. Because at first they were way, way ahead of us, and now we're actually catching and kind of passing them. So it's really cool having them as friends. It helps a lot having good friends like that.
Yeah.
And our coach.
Yeah, and go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I want to add to that as well. Just what I think what's really cool about coaching both these teams is just it doesn't matter who comes in first. It's not like, oh, you got first, and I'm so upset. It's just everybody understands that we're all in this together, and I can really appreciate that. I've had teams where my number 1 was beaten by my number 2. It was just like the end of the world, and there was just this animosity between them. And with this group of kids, they understand that it doesn't matter where you finish. It's just how you help the team. And I really, really appreciate it from this group of kids.
Yeah. Josiah, I mean, having healthy competition. I mean, you guys obviously do want to beat each other. You want to be the fastest runner out there, but how do you keep that friendly? I mean, is it just your personalities and it works well that way, you feel like?
I think so, yeah. Just kind of, yeah. I feel like it just works out well. Just works out well that way.
Yeah.
Not really trying to be mean and stingy about it. So I don't know, yeah.
Yeah. Eric, I mean, I'm sure you're competitive. That's just, you want to finish first every race that you're out there, do the best that you absolutely can, but while you're out there, you're trying to help your teammates too, because I mean, you guys are pacing each other a lot of ways too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had that competitive mark, but we're not gonna be like, I want to go. No,
no nastiness.
Yeah,
there,
no
right?
nastiness around.
Yeah.
We all have that competitive side, but we all want each other to do good in the race, so that helps too.
Yeah. And I'm sure, I mean, again, sports is competitive. You guys want to, do better than everybody else. I mean, Gabi, can you point out to why? I mean, is it just the fact that you guys are friends that, you're not going crazy against each other out there?
Yeah, I think that has to do with it, just that we're being friends and we'll feel proud of one another if they win first, and we're just okay with that as long as we do good as a team and they help the team out.
Yeah. Kyla, I mean, do you feel like the leadership aspect of it as well? I mean, you and Ansley and Madison and some of the seniors with this group this year, that helps things out, that people know what the relationship and how you guys should treat each other out there?
I think, yeah, especially because Maddie and Ansley and I have been like in cross country for so long, we understand that being older, you have to do these leadership roles and you have to take on. So when we go to meets and stuff, Maddie and I will usually be the ones who are like, let's get our stretches in and let's get this in now. At the half mile mark, we know we have to stretch. And a lot of the younger ones don't really like know that yet because they just started running. So they'll get it eventually. But right now we're trying to make sure that they understand how to do it. And then when we leave, hopefully they'll still have that.
All right. Well, Coach, I mean, leading into a week for state, I mean, how do you approach it? Do you switch things up at any way, or are you trying to keep things pretty normal going to the state meet?
Kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I know. I've kind of played around with it for 5 or 6 years now, and we're to the point even last week. We typically had a game day, and I was like, hey, Tuesday, let's play our game today, and just kind of switch it up. I thought the morale was a little down coming off of Rio, so it was just a really tough experience for us, and so I was like, hey, let's play a game. Let's do something different. They're like, and they're like, this is our hard workout for today. I'm like, yeah, I just got to play it hard. I'm like, okay, we can do this. So that was kind of cool, and just the homecoming week festivities too. It was kind of a little different, but this week, it's kind of more back to normal. These kids know what to expect on Mondays and Wednesdays. We're gonna get our aerobic run in. And this week's just more about just saving our legs, but also I think we just kind of be reminded a little bit about hill running, and so we'll do a little bit, not too much, just to remind them. Specifically, I think we've struggled with running downhills more than running uphills, which is a really strange thing to talk about. But, just people, we've seen that power up those hills pretty okay, and then on the backside just kind of really don't know how to let loose and relax and just try to recover. We're just kind of drained, and so we'll just kind of give them some techniques about that on Tuesday, and then Thursday some more light running, and then Friday we'll be up in Rio Rancho running on the state course, just for the new kids, just learning a little bit about it, and for our kids, reminding them what the task will be on Saturday. So, right. But other than that, we just try to lighten their load a little bit, freshen up the legs a little bit. No sense in having some tired legs on Saturday, and we'll go from there.
I want to throw one more thing out there before you real quick. I thought you guys had a lot of fan support and a lot of great volunteers that were helping you guys out during the race on Friday.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's finding volunteers for a cross-country meet. A lot of people don't know what to do or what to expect. They're used to working track meets, which are these grueling 10-hour events, and they're like, I only have to be out there for an hour, and so they're much more willing to do so. But just, all the people I have out there, I'm just really thankful for that. My wife does our scoring, and, sometimes things get interesting between the two of us. We get a little snippy at each other, but but it's just like I want the results, and she's like, I want you to leave me alone, so I need to do this, and so just it's all good, and I'm really thankful for her being out there, and all of our families being out there, and a lot of people from the community were out there, and it was a really cool experience. As sun was setting, being crowned district champs was really, really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyla, Saturday at the end of the day, what will make you happy in terms of how you compete on Saturday? I mean, is there a time? Is there just the way you feel like you've ran? I mean, what are you going to be happy with at the end of the day?
I think getting over the hill, I want to make sure that I don't give up on myself mainly. I don't really care how I run it as long as I don't give up on myself and I come back from that. And then time-wise, it's kind of hard to hit a time on the state course just because it's so challenging. I definitely want to run faster than I did last year, though, just because I know that we have to finish better than we did. So running a faster time is going to be, all three, me, Shay, and Gabi, are going to have to run faster than we did last year, and then Hannah and Mariah are also going to have to step up. So I'm kind of nervous about that, but hopefully we can all, do that and hit our times right so we can get it.
All right. Gabi, what are you going to be happy with when it comes to the end of the day on Saturday?
I feel like I'll just be happy with that knowing I left it all out there on the course and I have nothing left inside to run still.
Okay, fantastic. Eric, how about you? I mean, what's going to be the, you'll feel content, you'll feel good about the way you performed on Saturday at the end of the day?
Yeah, just have no regrets. Just put it all out there. There's always, if you do bad, it's always next year and the year after that. So
there you go. Josiah, how about you?
I don't know. I feel like I'd just be happy with the time that hopefully I'll get. I know I'm just going to try my best and do as best as possible and try and encourage the team to do as best as we can. But I think what I'll be happy with at the end of the day is that we all worked as a team and we all did as best as we could to finish the race.
All right. Okay. Best of luck. Hope you guys have a great time on Saturday up in Rio Rancho. Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.